Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter.
This video is our This Is Us Season 4 finale promo discussion. When we did the preview yesterday, we hadn't had a chance to see the promo yet, and while I think this promo is deceptively crammed with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we've watched this an unhealthy amount of times now,
Yeah.
looking for clues to sort of see what's going to be coming up. So we have a lot for you.
I have went so far as like typing in all the lyrics that are mentioned in this, trying to figure out, okay, what song is this? Then it was Irving Berlin, and then I was sort of embarrassed that I didn't know it was Irving Berlin. It was a whole journey, but we have so much to go through here. We'll ask some questions. We'll maybe talk about some possible theories. Of course, we want your feedback on all of this in the comments, and if you do enjoy this discussion, remember to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. If Coco Vanderwolf could talk, she would be very, very thankful. Maybe. I don't know what she's thinking. But okay, let's just dive right in here because there's a lot of different places that we could start.
Yeah, I think the best place to start, or at least with the thing that we've been getting the most sort of like comments about and between us two talking a lot of discussion about, is Kate and Toby at the hospital.
Yeah.
So the board behind them, it's such a quick sort of just moment that's there. The board behind them makes it look like they're at a children's hospital. We've got, both of them are all dressed up. Jack is all dressed up. So originally I was kind of thinking, is it possible that someone's, maybe Kevin and Randall have gotten into a fight and they're at the hospital? Because everybody's all dressed up, I thought, maybe it's still around Jack's first birthday. But because they're at the children's ward, that's not the case. So then I'm thinking, okay, has something happened to Jack? But when you see Jack, he doesn't seem to be in pain. Nothing's happening. He's all looking cute and all dressed up and everything. So I don't know that that's it either.
Maybe. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, there's another sort of theory that's going around that this might be when Kevin's son is being born. And because we can't really see Jack's face all that well, we can kind of maybe gauge from how tall he is or how big he is or, how much hair he has, maybe kind of how old he is. It's possible that this could be what's going on and that they are there.
I kind of see both explanations here, and I lean more slightly to the idea that maybe there was a scare at baby Jack's first birthday where they thought he was having a reaction to something or that he was coughing up and they went to the hospital as a precautionary measure. Maybe they already went and take him into a room and they're sort of waiting to get something back from the doctor or something else, and this is where I think this is going, and I think this is something you've sort of brought up a little bit in the past, is that idea of Toby brought Jack in to care just after he sort of had a moment where he thought something was terribly wrong. As far as we know, he has never told Kate that they went to the hospital.
No, and I don't think he's ever kept it from her, like, to be mean or because he's hiding it. I think it's more that this happened, he dealt with it, the doctor reassured him that he did the right thing, and then he had this bonding moment with Jack, and he just wanted to keep riding that feeling, and he wanted to make up for how he's been acting to Kate. He had other things that he was like, okay, this happened, but it's behind us, and now I want to move forward. I want to make things better for Jack. I want to make things better for me and Jack, and I want to make things better for Kate and me and Kate, and that his focus just shifted. So, I said it before, I'll say it again, this is going to come back up. This choking thing will come back up. Do I think it's going to be the end of them? No, I don't. If she leaves him over that, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to really buy into that because I get that she'll be mad, she'll be upset that he kept it, but the result of it is that he bonded more with Jack. He did the right thing. He knew how to take care of him. The doctor will reaffirm that as well. Like, she would need to get over something like that.
This is what I think is going to happen. I don't think that they're going to be over because of this, but We have seen Kate seemingly alone at the the big 3 birthday party, which presumably would be a few months down the road from where we are in the finale. I kind of feel like maybe this is sort of the catalyst to ultimately Toby and Kate having some other issues. I mean, yeah, ultimately Toby was trying to do the right thing. I don't think he's necessarily keeping it from Kate out of some sort of malice, but maybe he's afraid that she will think that he's not a good dad, and then because she didn't know about this, she's really gonna think, or kind of go to her own worst instinct, that you didn't tell me, you're trying to hide things from me, and maybe it becomes something that's pretty bad for a little while. Maybe they're just on a separation or something at the big 3 birthday party. I don't think Kate and Toby are over. I refuse to accept that.
Maybe he just hasn't shown up yet. Like, this is the thing about all these flash forwards, is that we're getting such a tiny little piece of what's going on. I know that she signs her name Pearson. To me, that still isn't the sign that things are over between them. I'm not saying that they're not together in the future, but her signing Pearson after watching that episode about the cabin and seeing Mark even just hold her dad's cup, I just don't think she changed her last name. That's what I think happened. I do think that down the road, yeah, something is going to happen, but I don't think that's the key. I think that's a red herring, but that's just me. At the, this big 3 party, maybe he just hasn't shown up yet. I mean, we saw in the future at Kevin's place, Kevin just hadn't shown up yet, so who knows?
I think it's possible he hasn't shown up yet. I do think that Kate and Toby in general are a red herring. I'm not saying that Kate is for sure alive deep into the future, but I am believing that they will be together and happy as a couple, and I think all of this paranoia is mostly just for the sake of giving us paranoia. We have enough other dark things happening on This Is Us at the moment that we don't have to just transfix on the Kate-Toby relationship, and I think they want to give us a couple of little happy moments that are sprinkled in there in between.
Yeah, because it seems like a lot of what's coming up in this finale is going to be taking place in the hospital, because we do have Kate and Toby at the hospital. I think we're going to see Kevin and probably Kevin's son being born at the hospital. That's why I think we have the doctor singing, because I think there's going to be sort of mirroring back and forth to when Kevin was born, and now Kevin's becoming a dad, and I feel like that's where they're tying this all in. Because then we also see Jack grown up at the hospital. Like, there is a lot of hospital going on here.
It's funny because, we'll start with Dr. K, because when I first saw Dr. K, I was like, oh, Dr. K is returning, and I didn't process in my head that Dr. K would be like well over 100 years old in the present day timeline. I mean, as much as I don't want to think about it, Dr. K is probably dead. I think we can probably, and if he is alive, he's probably not wearing his doctor coat anymore and singing Irving Berlin to people. So I think that's probably some sort of scene from the past. I don't know why we would be needing to see Dr. K in that context unless it is a tie-in to something else going on. Maybe it is just a tie-in to Baby Jack. Maybe that is how we're going to learn about who who Kevin's fiance is. Maybe we'll see them at the hospital, and that'll be sort of the big reveal that has been hyped up here one way or another. Like, I do like Dr. K. I'm happy Dr. K is back.
Yeah, I'm happy he's back too. And that's my theory. I do think that it's going to be tied into Kevin's fiance. We are going to learn who that is. So I also think that we're going to have that moment where his son is being born. And because he's not talking to Randall, we'll get this wonderful moment of his son being born, and then we will have this heart-crushing moment where Randall is not there.
Yeah, they're not going to give us all the bad. They're going to give us some good moments.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not as sold that we'll see Kevin's baby being born in this episode, but I think that we are going to have something happy, whether it is that or whether we meet Kevin's fiance. Like, let's just say, for example, we see just like a conversation between them and Kevin at the very end of it where they're sort of like, I want to be with you, or they're sort of like, I'm pregnant, which if that's what they're saying, then it's probably either Madison or Cassidy.
Yeah, probably. So we also saw Jack, grown up, at the hospital.
Again, hospital.
Yes, with his wife who's on the bed. So, I mean, it looked like possibly maybe she was going to be giving birth. I mean, maybe they're having a kid. But there's a lot of concern on his face. And so you would think that maybe he would be a little happier. Maybe something's going wrong with giving birth. We don't know. My feeling is that it's going to be okay. That she's going to, if this is what's happening and she's giving birth, that everything is going to be okay. It's just, I think everybody reacts differently to when their children are being born.
I'm
yes.
having a light bulb that's going on in my head right now.
All
I
right,
think
let's
I
have
know
it.
what's happening.
All right, what's happening? Let's have it.
This is going to be, he's going to be concerned. He's going to be watching his wife presumably give birth. And then in comes Kate to make him feel better. This is going to be that we learn that Kate is still alive. We're not going to see her yet at that moment at Rebecca's bedside. We're going to find out here. It's going to be our first moment with one of the big three, with baby Jack, now an adult Jack.
And a new stranger.
Yes, I'm shooting my shot on this right now. This is where we're going with this.
That's pretty good. I like that.
There we go. I may be really wrong on all this. Like, let's be real here.
Well, this show does like to give these kind of more shocking moments. And everybody's been talking all season, where is Kate, where is Kate, where is Kate? She would have to be doing something really important to not be there. And, you know, while, of course, this is important, her son giving birth, and, you know, her son's wife giving birth, and her son having a kid and her first grandchild, it's pretty important.
I'm just of this mindset now where I'm sort of thinking, okay, we've got Kevin and Randall at odds. We have Rebecca losing her memory. We already know that Jack is, of course, dead. We just went through everything with William. It feels too sad and morbid, just from where I am right now, that they're going to kill off Kate. I did think that for a while, maybe she was gone, but I'm right now of the mindset, no. She's alive. They're saving the reveal. I think we're going to learn that she's alive in the finale. It's either going to be in that flash forward to Rebecca, or it's going to be my much more crazy she's had a Jack becoming a father in the hospital moment.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, she's not dead. I don't think she is. I never thought she was. Just because she's not there doesn't mean anything. I mean, Kevin wasn't there either. And no one was like, oh, well, he must be dead. So I think she's alive. I think that they're just trying to keep some sort of big secret of what's going on. And something like that would make sense.
The other main event that's in this preview is we see the Kevin and Randall argument sort of taking shape, and they're outside. They at least have the common decency. It does feel like they probably are, like, either around Jack's birthday or at the general vicinity, but they're at least not doing it in front of baby Jack or in front of anyone else. They've taken it outside to make the metaphor literal here. It does not look good. It looks testy. There are raised voices, but because we're hearing Irving Berlin, which now feels incredibly creepy in this context, like, this is supposed to be a happy song. I don't know how this is all going to go down, but it does not look good.
No, it doesn't. And I'm kind of curious to see how this is actually going to play out, because we know that in the future that Rebecca is on her deathbed. So either the clinical trial is not going to work, or we're in a situation where maybe Kevin ends up reversing what Randall has done. Maybe Kevin gets together with Kate and Miguel, and all three of them are like, Rebecca, listen, you made the decision that you wanted to not do this trial. You can't let Randall railroad you into doing something that you didn't want to do for yourself. This is still your life to choose what you need to do with. You got to do what you got to do and help her continue to make the choice that she wanted to make for herself in the first place. And maybe that's where this is really going to end up coming from.
I have gone back and forth so many times on what ultimately is going to happen with Rebecca in this trial. Like, really, I feel like in my heart right now, I kind of think that Rebecca does go through to the trial and it doesn't flop again, because it sort of went, she's made one decision, she's made another decision. I can't see them going back and forth on it forever. Plus, I don't know what Randall would look like in the flash forwards if she doesn't end up doing the trial, and then he's going to just sit on that for the rest of his life, which we know that he would.
Maybe. I mean, he feels that he would, but we don't know for sure that he would. We can all project what we think we're going to feel, but until we're in that position, we don't really know how we're going to end up feeling. He may end up having a different change of heart. He may see that his mother is living her best life during this last bit of time, and he's participating in it and seeing things differently. We have to kind of remember that he left his therapy session kind of like he had this big breakthrough and all these feelings were flooding forward, and then he left. So he then isn't really equipped to kind of deal with them on his own. We didn't see her give him any sort of exercises or solutions or ways to kind of sit on those feelings. Instead, he went home and he called Rebecca and did what he did. So maybe more therapy, more time, more healing. He may see things differently. But because he had left this session and went home and called her, he was in a frame of mind that maybe wasn't the clearest. Even though he thinks it's the clearest. It's like, oh, I just had this breakthrough. I got to call my mom and this has got to go down instead of taking a beat.
That's fair, and I think there are a couple of different ways that all of this could still unfold. I think this is going to be, regardless, incredibly emotional. I think this is an episode we're all going to need a lot of comfort food for. I could eat a whole large pizza over it, but...
You could eat a whole large pizza over anything.
I'm just looking for reasons to eat a large pizza. But anyway...
We'll have pizza tonight.
Everybody loves pizza. But okay, now this... It's going to be an emotional finale. We want to know your thoughts about it. This is what's crazy about it. They put so much content in a 30-second promo that we have been able to talk about this for like 16 minutes.
They really packed this promo tight. There was a lot of stuff going on in this promo. Even just that one shot of Kate and Toby at the hospital was like 2 seconds long.
Yeah.
There's a lot to read out of that.
Oh, yeah. And if there is anything we missed, we want to know alongside all of your other thoughts about this promo in the comments. And if you did enjoy this video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and you can support us further by checking that link in the description to the store. And we'll see you here next time.